Miss Lundy.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ashley Lonnie for the people.
Folks, you're going to need to quiet down. Court calls case People versus Larzell, Washington.
Good morning, Edward Dukes on behalf of Larzell, Washington.
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm doing great. What's your name?
Larzell O'Neal, Washington.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Your Honor, we had referred this over to the recovery court. I spoke with them and they indicated that they've in receipt of all the information to do an intake. However, they have not done that interview. That interview could be completed within the week. Like if we could have a 1-week adjournment.
Probable cause conference, May 22nd, 2025, 9 a.m. Bond continued. Court calls case People
Excuse me.
versus Marquise
No,
Fab.
no, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Can I please have a word? With all due respect.
I think Mr. Washington would like to address bond.
Excuse me, miss.
Go ahead.
How you doing, Your Honor? My
I'm
name is
great.
Larzell O'Neal, Washington. First and foremost, forgive me about my outbreak last time I was here.
Can I have that file?
And thank
Go
you,
ahead.
sir. Thank you, sir. What happened was I wasn't aware, as my attorney indicated, what day was my probable cause hearing was. Okay, I went back to the magistrate. They said, no, well, we're gonna let Judge Simpson handle it. Then last time I came here, it was a 2-week hold because they didn't do their job. I feel I shouldn't have to be.
Who didn't do the job?
What you say? You gave him a plea.
The recovery court?
Well, I didn't ask for no recovery court, but whatever assessment you gave him, it was 2 weeks, and the honorable judge said, okay, well, I'm not going to change his bond. Now, you still didn't indicate I was looking for a bond. And I wasn't even aware of a drug court. So with all due respect, I do appreciate you, but I did, unfortunately, miss my court date.
Right.
I was,
And then how'd you come into custody?
oh, I came into custody? What, trying to, being a good Samaritan. Some woman was being stalked and they figured out what my name was, and I totally forgot. I really didn't know what court date it was. And I was disciplined for the first, and in discipline, well, not necessarily discipline, you allowed it to, override until they took care of their own situation, but it's not my fault.
So who is they?
Would you explain to him?
Well, I think I got to collect more of that story.
Okay, you gave him a piece of paper about assessment along with a plea.
Mhm.
Okay, I get here today, the assessment got taken care of. Right?
You just want them to speed up the process.
No,
I think we
not
gotta-
them. It's not his fault. He's a judge.
Mhm.
They supposed to be.
Thank you. Thank you. That's right. Nothing is my fault.
No, yes, it's not.
That's right. I know.
Amen. So I'm saying, I'm just trying to, sir, live my life. I normally work the carnival shows. I have really been disciplined for not being aware of to show up. I'm not dumb enough not to show up again.
Excuse me one moment. Whose phone is that? It's somebody down there's phone. Is hers? Tana's phone? Really? Go ahead, sir.
And I'm not ignorant enough not to show up in front of Judge Simpson courtroom again.
I think he is saying that he would show up to court next time. He's asking for a PR bond.
Yes, I am, sir.
If the court would not provide a PR bond at this time if the court would allow an interview to take place. If that interview takes place, then the court provide a PR bond.
I never said that. I asked, could you please provide a PR bond? And I will.
I addressed this the last time you were here.
What was it about?
I think they're going to keep you in.
All right, man. You're fired. God bless you. And thank you, Your Honor.
Why is he fired?
Because he's not speaking up for me. I really don't even know what's going on.
Oh, it would, okay, so did you understand before you make that final decision about firing him? It
Well,
wouldn't have mattered whether you spoke or he spoke. I was denying your motion. I've already
okay.
heard it.
well, I don't know. Why are you denying the motion? And what's so funny?
Because
Wow.
you appeared here, didn't show up, didn't turn yourself in, got picked up, got brought here.
Yes.
That's how we got you back.
And the
So I'm
magistrate,
not releasing you
right, the
now.
magistrate
Okay, so
did not release me. And then
that's right.
you didn't release me
That's
because
right.
you wait for assessment. Am I
And I
correct?
haven't had the assessment yet. Have I?
Exactly. So is it my fault you haven't had assessment? Is it your fault?
It's my fault? I thought nothing was my fault.
So whose fault is it?
I don't know.
But it's not mine. You do agree.
No, I don't agree.
The assessment, do I?
I don't know whose fault it is. It hasn't happened. I'm done.
Pretty much. God bless you.
Thank you, Your
And
Honor.
you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, keep talking.
See, that's a perfect way to start a show with that guy there. I wish that guy would come out every day. Every day. Hey, everybody, welcome to American Courts. We got a bunch of fun stuff. Allie got a message, or she got one of her chats deleted earlier, so I'm in a good mood. It's always good to see Allie getting picked on. So, we got Judge Boyd, we got Judge Johnson, and this one's Judge Simpson. So we're gonna have to stretch it out a little bit. I had a fourth one, but it messed up, so not going to get to that one. So we're going to do what we can with what we got. Here we're going to go back to this one, and we'll get over to Judge Boyd next.
Why are you up here at my podium? Why are you at my podium? Why are you at my podium? Next time, Tana, turn your phone up louder when that's going on.
And then it was.
Did I call your case?
Yes, you did. You called, Mr. Babb, Marquise Babb.
Oh, that was so long ago. You're right. You are right, Miss Cannon. And I usually criticize you for not getting up here on time. And I have to give you credit that you're like early.
Got it, Judge.
Court calls the case, people of the state of Michigan versus Babb.
That is enough on behalf of the people, Your Honor.
Stephanie Cannon, on behalf of Mr. Babb, who should be appearing by Zoom. Oh, thank God.
Mr. Babb?
Please be there. So what had happened?
Marquise Babb, you need to unmute and turn on your camera. Every week, Cannon. Every week.
I was doing my part today.
Never mind. I'm gonna say something. This is practicing law by janaza. That's what you're doing right now. This is
Great, he got it.
yes, acting really. This is so you. You're like, what? Oh, uh-oh. Mr. Babb?
Yes, sir, Judge.
All right, you got your camera on?
You need the camera as well?
Yes, Mr. Babb.
All right. Ms. Harvey, can you state your name?
No, I can't. I know, you got my last name, Michelle. Who are you? Where are you?
I met with you in jail yesterday.
Look, if it's gonna skip, okay, yeah, okay.
All right. You're Miss Harvey?
Yeah.
Okay. You're seeking an adjournment?
I am, Your Honor.
No, not you. I'm not Miss Harvey. People don't miss Harvey. I'm Harvey. I'm Harvey like that. People don't miss me, but I'm Harvey.
Okay,
Miss
so
Harvey,
that-
I'm
maybe
Harvey.
she doesn't want to be addressed as a Mrs.
Understood.
I know miss. People don't misses me or nothing. I'm the Harvey.
Sorry about
My,
that.
my apologies.
Okay.
Probable cause conference will be adjourned June 5th, 2025. 9 a.m. Bond continued.
We'll be in touch, Harvey, okay?
What? When?
I'll come
Excuse
visit
me.
you.
What's going on?
We just adjourned your case. Winona, remember we spoke yesterday and you said you
Until
wanted.
when?
Which date did you get?
June 5th.
Thank you.
June
Sorry.
5th. You want to see me?
No, I'm going to see you before then.
Look, I'm not going back. I can't go back to the conference room. That hurt my back a lot. That room you took me in hurt my back a lot.
Okay. I'm gonna let you talk to your attorney some other place, okay?
Okay.
Thank you. Shut her, please.
All right, I remember to turn the mute off. Yeah, so Josh JJJS made a comment this morning, and sorry about that, Josh. I had to yank it. Everything's good. I can't discuss that topic. So, all right, we're gonna go to Judge Boyd. Judge Boyd.
We're going on the record in 2025 CR 000451, State versus Leslie O'Banion. Could I have parties announced?
That's Dwight Chumley for Miss O'Banion.
Yes. All right. You entered a plea of no contest on May 12th of 2025. According to your plea bargain agreement.
May I give you this, ma'am? Miss Susan Boyd?
To what point, why are you giving me that?
It's my waiver.
It's your
for
what?
you, ma'am. It's for the judge. Thank you.
No, what is it for? That's what I'm trying to.
Motions that I did.
All right, so here's the thing. You've entered a plea. Unless that's a motion to withdraw your plea, it's not appropriate at this time, okay? All right.
It kind of is. But
Well, I mean,
I would just like to, I did the work on it.
Your Honor, it's a writ of
okay.
habeas, it's a writ of habeas corpus.
It's a writ and motion to reduce state jail felony to misdemeanor.
All right, so the state jail felony is
And
not
writ
being,
of habeas corpus.
all right, the state jail felony is not being reduced to a misdemeanor. All right?
Well,
No, I
you know,
appreciate
because
it.
he's
No,
not
no.
really doing a job.
No. He's actually doing an excellent job for you.
I don't agree, but okay.
Well, I mean.
And that's what I got. So that's what I got to deal with. So I signed up
Well,
probation.
no. Here's the thing, what I'm telling you, and this is what I want
I
you
just
to
would
hear
like to
me.
go home
I want you to hear.
on probation, and that's what I signed for Monday, right, Miss Boyd, Miss Leslie O'Banion? I signed for 3 years deferred.
Mhm.
So I did my cap of balance inside, so I'd like to be released to have probation, ma'am. Thank you. What did I find?
All right, so let me just tell you right now, that's not what you signed up for. What you signed up for is there was a plea bargain that was entered into. And guess what happens with plea bargain agreements? I'm the person who sets conditions, and I'm sure your attorney told you that. So whether or not you're released today, it's really up to me. So that's where we are.
Yes, ma'am, thank you.
I don't know why people continue to think that everybody
I don't know
can.
why I
Here's
thought
the thing.
probation's outside the jail, and
All
it
right,
is.
so then what I'll do, if you're going to continue,
No, ma'am.
if you want to continue to talk over me, then you can do so.
No, ma'am,
But you're
I
going to
don't
be
wanna-
talking,
So I'm
but
sorry. Please
you
forgive
are
me.
going to be talking over me and talking by yourself. And what I will do is I'll just set this for another day. So
I'll quiet.
what I'm telling you is I do not understand why everybody thinks that they can be an attorney without a license. If everybody could be an attorney, then guess what? We would not have gone to school for it. So,
God bless you, ma'am. Thank
Mr.
you.
Chumley,
Mhm.
thank you for your patience.
Thank you, sir, and thank you, ma'am.
All right, so this is
Miss
what,
Judge Stephanie Boyd, please forgive me, and I'm sorry, I'm just miss my family very much. So I've been in for 410 days and I would like to see my family. It's my birthday this month and I miss my family tremendously.
Well, here's the thing.
So I
If you
love my
could, if
family
you
and they love
continue,
me.
if you continue to commit offenses, then that's not showing love for your family. Because the reason why you're not with your family now is because you've
I've
committed an
been away
offense.
from my family and I've
And actually, the offense
suffered very much
the
inside
offense,
Air County Jail, ma'am.
the offense that you have committed is
Okay,
an
cool.
injury to the elderly or disabled
Wow.
person, bodily injury. And that person is an elderly person. So that's why you are here. And what I can tell you is, if I follow this agreement, you are not going back to that location. You're not going to be allowed to be around any of those persons. Do you understand? Maybe she understands, maybe she doesn't. All right, so defense, this is my concern.
Okay.
My concern, have you all both read the MIC evaluation?
I have PTSD.
This is my concern in here. In my concern, she says she doesn't have any mental illness diagnosis, demanded that those be taken off the records, and that she will not be taking medications once she's released.
I have PTSD trauma. I do have that, ma'am. I do not have bipolar. So that seems to be a problem. It's outdated information from when I was 28 years old. I'm 48. I'm going to be 49 this year. So that's very old medical stuff that's out of date, ma'am.
All
So
right.
I'm sorry for that, but that is actually true. I have PTSD. I have anxiety. I have trauma. That's what I do diagnose with.
All right. Probation.
Thank you.
How are we going to handle this? She's saying that once she's released, she's no longer going to take her medications.
I
Is
actually
there
am.
any?
So I have insurance. I'm going to see my doctor. That's what I told the lady on the Taco Bell, ma'am. So I'd like to finish that. And I'm sorry she didn't put that in there. There's miscommunication happening and it's really important to me, ma'am. I have insurance and I take very good care of my health. I actually have therapy set up for me already for when I'm released. I did that inside jail for the Rape Crisis Center. That's free therapy for me that I need. And I'm also going to go see my doctor and get on medication when I'm released. I take regular meds for myself and I take very good care of my health. I have health insurance. I'm on disability. So I plan on following up with my doctor I see currently in the Quarry Market. I have a doctor already. I have a pharmacy at Walgreens. So that is not actually true. I'm saying I have to follow up with my doctors on the outside where I take care of my health. And
All right. So
my mental
probation
health is important to me.
How are we going to address this issue? How do you suggest we address
So
it?
I'm going to be taking meds. I will be complying with that. So that is not true, ma'am. And I'm sorry she wrote that. So
All
I
right.
wanted to clarify. Please forgive me,
Thank
but
you
that
for-
is important.
Thank you for your clarification.
Yeah.
Probation, how are we going to handle this?
I will be taking my meds. So
Judge,
I need to get them adjusted. Thank you. With the
Judge.
proper position. Mine.
we can
I take meds
Get
inside
it.
Air County.
we can get an authorization to obtain records to ensure that she is actually
Walgreens,
going
Lincoln
to.
Heights.
All right, just one second. So let me ask you something. Ms. O'Banion,
Yes.
it appears as though maybe you're not medically
They have
compliant
out of
with your
date.
medications. The reason why I say that is because you're not able to control yourself at all. You're speaking over everyone who is talking. I've asked probation a question. You keep interrupting her.
It's,
So
I'm not.
what,
gonna-
let me do this. What do you want to say to me? I'm here to listen.
Ma'am, what's happened since I've been incarcerated is they have out of date information. So me trying to update somebody that has old information, like I said, on me when I was 28 years old is so out of date. It is. I'm 48 years old, ma'am. So I've changed my life. I went to prison in Plain State 10 years ago and I changed my life and that does matter. Okay? So I live a very good and healthy life for myself. I take care of myself and I support my own self. I'm a single woman. I live alone. I have a pet. And that's what I do. I support myself. I don't rely on a man. I take care of myself. And I've lived that way for a long time. I'm very strong, independent woman. That's the way my mom raised me. So I'm blessed to have that. You know, I pay my bills and I always have a pet because I have trauma. I've groomed animals. I'm retired. And so I always have a fur baby. You know, I gave up my son for adoption. And, you know, this was something I forgave my stepdad. I didn't report it. I didn't report it. And I felt sorry for him. He's an older man. So it's my fault for that. There is issues there. He is crazy and I just didn't feel right about doing something against my family. So it's okay if they say I did something to him and that's fine. So I apologize, but this is what really matters to me is I love my family and I miss my family very much. My brother has my car waiting for me.
They do not want to have any contact with you according to the police report. So
That's fine.
I'm not gonna allow you to
but
have
I've
contact
talked to
with
my
him.
brother inside jail,
All right.
and that's my brother. I have other family members, man, and he's married. So that's not my mama.
Okay.
And that I can still talk to my mother. That's my mom. She's married to my stepdad. I'm gonna not talk to my stepdad. That's the person, Danny. Okay, so that's one individual. So I'd like to clarify that. I'm not gonna already get in trouble when I'm not even released out and I have families. There is toxic issues there. So that is a problem with that man. He has issues. So I will not be seeing my stepdad, period. I can see my mom on my own. She can come to my apartment and that kind of thing. Same with my brother. But, and his wife and kids, the same applies. I'm not gonna be seeing my stepdad though. I've already decided that myself personally. So I'm a strong woman, you know, but I love my other family. I'm not gonna not see them. They love me.
All right. Is there anything else you want to say?
And please forgive me, ma'am. I do take care of my health and I'm sorry that I've tried very hard because it's important to me to update people that had information on me. And it is important because that's about my health. And that's when somebody has old information that's not current, it needs to be updated, just like medical files, you know?
All right. Is there anything else you want to say?
And please forgive me, ma'am. I am a very respectful person.
Is there anything else you want to say?
I'm sorry for talking, ma'am, but
Oh, no, you can
This-
talk. I'm giving you time to talk right now. Is there anything else you want to say?
you can call me crazy and say that, but I do love my
Okay,
family.
I will
I'm a
not-
very strong
I
woman.
will not call you crazy. Is there anything else
You
you want
can.
to say?
That's fine. I'm used
Well,
to
I
people
will
calling
tell
me
you
that.
this. I refuse to call you that.
Thank you. I don't like the stigma.
All right. So is there anything else that you
No,
want to say to me?
no, ma'am. And I think you're a very awesome judge. You're doing a great job. And you are. And thank you for helping me.
All right. Probation.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Probation.
Yes, Judge.
How are we going to handle the fact that in the MIC evaluation, they're saying that she's not going to take her medications? What do you
So
suggest?
I am.
All right. So here's the thing. I'm giving you time to speak.
Yes.
I did not interrupt you. I let you talk for as long as you want to talk. So now it's someone else's turn to talk. So do not interrupt them. And I want you to hear me clearly and internalize what I'm saying. If you interrupt them, what's going to end up happening is I'm going to send you back to jail. We are not going to hear this and I will bring you back on Monday. Do you understand? All right, probation. How do you suggest we handle this?
Judge, I think we should probably get an authorization of release so that we can be in contact with the individuals that are taking or prescribing medication, her doctors.
Mhm.
We can do a referral for Center for Healthcare Services. I believe the MIC evaluation indicates that she is not eligible for DDRF.
Yes.
However, she is eligible for the MIC caseload, I believe. And we could put her on the MIC caseload.
Okay. Is there anything else you think she would need?
Do you like to send me to DRF instead?
Did not tell you no more interrupting.
Okay.
Yes.
Never let me out. Send me to DRF. Go ahead. I pray every day.
Judge, I really can't think of anything else other than maybe, you know, a life skills course or moral recognition therapy or something like that.
Okay. All right, this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 3 years deferred adjudication. I'm sorry. 3 years deferred adjudication, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent. I'm sorry, that will be probated. Take in consideration 2025 CC 000947. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact. Texas 78052. There's to be she's going to be placed on the MIC caseload. Referral to Center for Health Care Services. The defendant is to sign a release for mental health information. There's to be anger management course. And there's to be no contact with minors. Probation, is there anything else?
Oh, I hate children.
I'm sorry, what?
Like any type of employment or SSI?
Yes. Proof of employment or SSI within 30 days of release. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors.
I hate to ask you to do this, Judge, but can you give me that address here?
Yes.
I'm gonna probably be relocating, I think.
Well,
So I
be right-
reside here now,
Okay.
but I will be relocating and moving my.
You do live in
information
Bear County.
No,
Where do you live?
yeah, I live nowhere right now.
All right, so
I haven't decided I'm gonna be leaving, so I'll relocate.
you're to remain in Bear County until the court approves you to leave Bear County.
Cool.
If
I'll
you
be
leave-
hiring a realtor.
If you leave Bear County, what will end up happening is a warrant will be issued for your arrest.
I can relocate with probation.
All right.
To another city. Thank you.
Probation, is there anything else?
No, Judge.
Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
See.
All right, counsel, did you review the trial court certification with her?
Yes,
And did you explain it to her?
yes,
And did she place her signature on the document?
yes.
All right, because this is plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you need to speak to an attorney. All right, thank you. State, make sure that you make the complainant aware of what has happened here today and that there's a no contact order. Okay,
May I have a copy of probation paperwork?
you understand? All right, thank you.
My lawyer said it costs money. Oh, that's hard.
All right, Miss Abrams. She's to remain in custody until the TAP evaluation. Counsel, if you can approach, please. And do a TAP evaluation and a referral to felony drug court. All right, so based upon what your client said as she was going through the door, I honestly don't think it would be safe for the community or for her to be released from jail now. So we're going to do a TAP evaluation while she's in custody.
Okay.
Do a referral to felony drug court.
Yeah.
Felony drug court can potentially address any mental health issues.
I think that's wise.
And also, if you want, we can also do a referral to the mental health court, which is across
Yeah.
the way. And state, if you have no objections, if they decide to accept her, because they'll only accept them if they're not on probation.
Right.
If they decide to accept her and you're in agreement with it, we can do a motion for a new trial and I'll grant
Okay.
it so that she can be there.
And I would like to say, just some, Your Honor, you know, I did have her psychologically evaluated. She was found competent.
Mhm.
You know, and then these things are fluid, and I understand that, but she's never not understood what's going on. She has ideas of what she wants to see happen, but
Mhm.
I think she needs help. Obviously, she needs mental health. So,
And there's already a trespass order, a no trespass order in place with her family. I don't know if she understands that or
Right.
not, but.
thank you, Judge. Appreciate
My
your help.
concern while we're here is that if we move her across to the next health court, my understanding that that's out of custody instead of in custody.
Well, not necessarily. They'll see what is appropriate for her. So if they decide that there's some sort of mental health treatment that she needs to do inpatient, they'll do that.
That's what I prefer. I just wanted her to be like mentally clear to rejoin the community, I guess you could say, because I think she's safe enough to rejoin the community.
Yes.
Thank you, Judge. And be excused.
Yes,
All right,
thank
appreciate
you. Oh, and probation,
Yes,
once the evaluation for felony drug court and TAP evaluation is done, she's not to be released, just have her brought back here.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Cheers.
All right, that was the end of that one. So I think Judge Boyd did the right thing letting her out, but what in the world is going to keep her out? She's going to continue doing the same things over and over again. I don't know the answer. How do you get someone to get treatment when they don't want to get treatment? If someone thinks that the medicine is what's hurting them and a doctor's convinced the medicine is what's going to fix them, how do you hold them down and make them take the medicine? I think that's one of my biggest issues that I have with the judicial system is there's just no easy answer for that part. It's just, hey, let's put them in a warehouse or let them roam the streets and terrorize everyone. So I don't know. We're going to go over to Judge Johnson. She had a good one.
Okay.
Mary Brewer.
What's your name, sir?
John Thompson.
Okay. Gentlemen, this is the date scheduled for a creditor's examination. So what's the problem?
What happened to the set aside I paid, and I did a set aside default judgment motion and all of that? I mean, I wasn't even properly notified to begin with. That's why I got into a default judgment. It's not that I was disrespecting anything. It's just I didn't know. And then as soon as I found out, they didn't mail me the original that he mailed me saying that he wanted my information. That's how I found out. And then I rushed right down here and filed the set aside default judgment and paid. And then I don't get it. All of my rights, I'm not afforded all my rights. He's getting all his rights. I'm not afforded all my rights because I wasn't properly notified. And then I'm willing to participate. I'm willing to pull my weight and do what that you order. But can I have a fair shot at this? Please.
Sir, who are you saying is depriving you of your rights?
I wasn't properly notified, and there was a default judgment.
We don't do anything. Let me just tell you this. We do not enter judgments without proper service. Now, I don't know what happened in your particular case, but our clerks have to go through and make sure that the documents related to service are there. So I can try to take a look and explain to you what may have happened in your specific case. But, to say you've been deprived of your rights, we don't do that.
Okay. Well, I wasn't notified, so how could it?
Start. You could be served and still don't know. And that's proper. It could happen. Okay?
So this is trickery then.
Okay, I don't know what you want to call it. Let me tell you what we do. Let me just tell you what we do. We have a book that we found. It's called the Michigan Court Rules. Okay? It's right here. And it talks about how to serve process in the book. It talks about it, and it's for most of our general civil cases. And that's a little bit different for small claims cases. My understanding is this was a small claims case. Okay, so let me look and see what happened here. Because here it says a proof of service was filed here. And it specifically says on the affidavit and claim that the court will schedule a hearing once the defendant is served. So we don't schedule hearings until you're served. So let me talk, please. I've heard enough from you to understand what your position is. You have to give me the courtesy of trying to respond. So we have a proof of service.
So I'm going to jump into that one real quick. Longboard Pastor, thank you for mentioning that. So the problem in most solutions has to be state or county solutions, but people don't want to pay for things like that, so they end up homeless, and then we end up paying more to help them. Absolutely. So my son, if you're not aware, my son had a drug issue. He's doing great. He was able to go through rehab. He's holding a job. Everything seems to be great right now. But one thing that I noticed on his probation was he's got 10 years probation. Not once have they offered any services. Not once have they done anything to help them or help him. Everything is, if you mess up, you're going to go to prison. If you mess up, you're going to go to prison. There hasn't been one single program or one single opportunity for them. Luckily enough, he's doing a good job on his own. Luckily enough, he's got good family support. But it just seems like there would be something. It seems like there would be some sort of service out there, and there's literally just nothing out there for him. And so, I often wonder about what happens to people that don't have family support. What happens to people who don't have family to back them up financially? There's no hope for that. So, hey, Kiki, glad to have you here tonight. We're going to jump back in to Judge Johnson.
In the file that says you were served personally by Mr. McPherson, who was one of the court officers that serves process, back on October 18th of 2024. Okay, so.
And she told me if I went forward with that proceeding, that I would get 7 days to object. And then they were gonna have a decision when you went to the window, and there was no decision. They said they would mail it to me.
Okay.
So this is.
So would you like me to finish going over what I was going to do? I understand what you're saying. So that was the original date of service. Then there was in December of 2024, there was a mediation which occurred, and it says that there was no settlement, so the case was to be scheduled for trial. Okay. Did you you had to go to the mediation, because if you
See, the judgment was, I never knew the data that came out of that courtroom.
Okay, well,
Never knew. How can I participate?
sir, every time I go through something, you stop me and you tell me what you don't know. I'm trying to tell you the whole process at once without you interrupting me to tell me that you didn't know. Because quite frankly, I think I've heard you 3 times when you told me.
Okay.
I didn't know. You've said it at least 3 or 4 times. So I do get that. Okay.
Yes.
Isn't that hard of hearing or anything? I think I got all my faculty still after doing this for 22 years. So I think I can understand your position. Okay. So on December 27th of 2024, there was a notice mailed by the court scheduling the small claims trial for February 3rd of 2025. That notice went to, well, I don't know why, because it was mailed. We can't take any, I mean, we do what we do. We don't know what the post office does.
Well, okay.
Okay.
I have no intent, or it's no harm intended by me,
Sir, hold on.
and I'm getting punished for it.
Then on February 3rd, when you didn't appear, a judgment was entered after trial. I don't know what it was because it's not before me. So as far as I know, magistrate says after trial. She might have taken his proofs for all I know. I don't know what happened there. But it was entered not as a non-appearance default. It was not entered as a default. It was entered after trial. So apparently some testimony was taken or something occurred there. Okay? I'm just telling you what the judgment tells me. If it was just a default because you didn't appear, that box would have been checked. So the only person in this room that knows what happened is him. What happened?
Your Honor, we did have the mediation before the magistrate.
You mean the trial?
And they said that they would give us her verdict. That we can see verdict down at the window. They told us we could go home. They didn't have a verdict. And it said to call back. So I called back the next day.
Okay, well, let me ask you, when you say you were before the magistrate,
yes,
was that you and the defendant? Okay, it's because that's why it says after trial. And so she entered, and it says she corrected the spelling of your name too, to Thompson. And she did this judgment on February 3rd.
Yes, ma'am. After that, I waited for quite a while to see if he would pay. And then I filed for the subpoena to get the bank account information.
Okay, I don't need to know all that. I just wanted to know what happened. Was he there?
Yeah.
Was there a trial? And you're saying there was. And she has an order saying there was. So this was, hold on, sir. This was not a default judgment because you came. Okay? It's not a default. Listen to me. It's not a default judgment. So the next thing that we show here is that the subpoena for the creditor's exam was done after the judgment was entered, which is what you're here for today. The first date was April the 25th. Not sure what happened there.
I filed paperwork.
Okay.
Your Honor, may I say something?
No, I don't want to hear from either one of you, quite frankly, until I finish doing what I'm doing. Okay? Notice of tentative hearing to the plaintiff. So then there was a notice saying that there would have been a hearing on April 25th if the defendant was served with the creditor's exam subpoena. Then it came to me, this is how I got involved with this, that the creditor, that there was a judgment already in place, that there was a creditor's exam scheduled on the 25th, but that Mr. Thompson insisted, is the language they use, on filing a motion to set aside a default judgment.
Because I got paperwork saying that there was a default judgment.
Okay. I then denied your motion, indicating there is no default judgment to set aside. This was a judgment after trial. If you didn't like the judgment, the proper remedy would have been to appeal, and the time for an appeal is over. That's what my order said, and I signed that on April the 25th. I don't know why you didn't get that.
Because I didn't have the knowledge of the judgment in the time span that I was supposed to submit, that I didn't agree with it, that whatever you call it, that I didn't have the opportunity to say that I don't agree with it. And then we go to, she told me that I could not agree with it afterwards within 7 days. And then it would go to a judge. She worked for a judge.
She works for me.
Okay. All right.
And every other judge in this court.
Way out of my realm.
Okay. But I'm just telling you that your motion got, you saying it wasn't fair. It was. You had a trial. She entered a judgment. The judgment was mailed. Go back. Give it to him. This is your judgment. It says, after trial, Mr. Brewer was awarded a judgment of $2,500 in damages, $127 of court costs, total judgment $2,627. Says that you must pay him in full because there's no installment payment. That's why he set the creditor's exam to see where the assets are so that he could try to collect his $2,627. You two are free to work out some other type of a payment arrangement where you don't have to go through all of this. But that's what you're here for today. You're not here to object to anything because there's nothing to be objected to.
Right, I feel that I'm getting.
Sir, why don't you do this? You have to go to the creditor's exam. If you feel that you have something else you could file, why don't you talk to a lawyer and see?
I'm on disability. I don't have resources. This is exactly what he said when he said he was going to sue me. He has the resources. I don't. He does this.
Okay.
I don't. So, I'm getting stopped by a bully.
Stop. We don't do that in here. We don't call names and we don't speak.
But that's what his tactics are.
But we don't speak to the person. You speak to me. Okay, so calm down. So he has a right to bring a lawsuit if he wants to.
Yeah.
He collected on it. So I understand how you might feel because you don't want to have a judgment against you, but you do. And let me, sir, let me say this. I got another case, so I'm not going to go back and forth with you all day. But what I am going to tell you is this. From what I see, there's nothing wrong with anything that happened here. If you think that you have something that you would like to bring before the court, you probably need to talk to a lawyer about it. And we have information for legal aid. They may be able to assist you. They may not. I can't speak for them because they have their own intake process. He's going to get you information as to the phone number to them. This is a sheet that we give out in our civil cases for landlord tenant, but you're welcome to take the sheet. It's got the phone number on it. Call them, talk to them about what happened. But now you've got the story. Do not give them inaccurate information because I just gave you the accurate information. Yes. And you got the copy of the judgment now, and you can tell them how you say you didn't get it. But, we've got, and I will give you this too. I'm sorry, Charles, you might have to go back. I will go get you this, which is, I'm going to give you also a copy of the notice of hearing that advised you of the court date, which he says you were at. So
I was at the court date, but they told me it was a magistrate, and it was a magistrate.
It was.
She
And then-
did not let me know afterwards, like she said she was gonna. They said that they were gonna mail it to me. That's where the problem is.
Okay, well, the judgment went out to you.
How many days after?
February 4th of 2025. Look at your certificate of mailing on the judgment. Okay.
So it showed up like a day or so before. That doesn't give me 7 days to go. I'm not intelligent in this stuff. I gotta do research. I needed the whole 7 days. I can't, my glasses are all scratched up.
Okay. But I've given you everything that you need to give to the lawyer and discuss whatever it is you would like to discuss with them to see if they think that you have a basis to bring some type of question for relief to the court. But right now you got to do the creditor's exam because the judgment is good.
Well, I don't have any assets and I don't have my bank
Sir.
account. I didn't know I was coming here for that.
Sir.
I don't have any money in the bank. I
Okay.
got $75. That's it.
Let him. I'm not conducting the creditor's exam. He is. Okay, so stop. Turn around. I'm going to swear you in. Raise your right hand. Are you testifying or is he testifying?
Oh,
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony that you're about to give in this creditor's exam will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Okay, I'm going to have Charles take you back out. Now that you understand what has happened and what you may need to do, you need to go ahead and conduct the creditor's exam. You have a valid court-ordered subpoena. So if you don't do it, you might be in contempt of court. And I know you're not trying to cause problems. You're just trying to get some clarification. So go ahead, do the creditor's exam. Let him ask the questions. And then go to the lawyer and see what relief that they might be able to help you with. Okay? All right, go ahead. Yes, sir. What is it?
Document saying that no lawyers would be involved in this. The magistrate had us sign those documents. Okay. Because he doesn't want a lawyer going.
Okay, but that it is, sir, it is small claim. It doesn't mean he can't go and have a lawyer help him prepare a document. They can do that. They just cannot appear in the case. So you are right. Okay.
Sorry for the
No problem. Okay. And then I'm going to ask these creditors exempt people why they're back.
Honor, we went out to the room out there. I asked Mr. Thompson the name of the bank, number, and he told me he doesn't have it yet. He said he can't get into his app because he's locked out. But I told him that doesn't prevent him from telling me the name of the bank.
Sure does not. You have to tell him.
The name.
Sir, let me tell you how this works. He doesn't know anything. He has a right.
It's old cat. It's a different name.
He has a right to ask you to respond to his question. He may think he knows and could be wrong. So he has a right to get the information from you, and you have a duty to respond, or you might be in contempt of court for failing to respond. Yeah, I know that, but you just got to tell him the name of your bank and the name of and the account number if you got it.
I didn't know I was coming for that, and I can't get into that.
So you got. How did you get here today?
I took the bus and walked.
Okay. And so why did you come since you didn't know that you were coming?
Because I didn't come one time and I'm in a mess of trouble I'm trying to get out of.
Okay. So you came pursuant to a subpoena, did you not?
That's right.
So the subpoena told you, did it not, what to bring?
Okay, I got two different papers. I got one saying the one that you read me, the 2600. And then I got a paper saying that this was supposed to be a trial, I thought. So I thought that my set aside.
You didn't get that.
Huh?
You didn't get a notice saying this was a trial. No, you did not.
Okay,
I went through I went through everything that you got, and you did not get a trial notice. You got a creditor's exam subpoena. That's all you got.
Okay, so I didn't understand. I thought it was a court date that I was coming to, honestly. And otherwise I would have brought because
Okay, so we're going to adjourn this creditor's exam and continue your subpoena. And you're going to bring everything that the subpoena said you're supposed to bring. Which is, let's see.
You postpone it for 60 days, I'll have it paid out by the time I come back in here.
Do you want 60 days to see if he pays you?
That's fine with me.
If he pays you, you don't have to do any of this.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Not doing it. All right.
Keep doing that, you get arrested for contempt of court in front of me, and I can hold you up there for at least 30 days. The subpoena asked you to bring bank statements and account numbers. That's what the subpoena says. You have to have the subpoena somewhere at your house, right? Because that's why you came.
Well, I had it at the house and I have Rottweilers.
What does that have to do with anything?
Okay, for real. For real, this is real.
Okay, Charles, go. Oh. I'm going to give you a copy of the subpoena, sir. I expect you to comply with it. Lock the dogs up. Lock the dogs up. Keep your paper separate. So we're going to adjourn this creditor's exam. Hold on just a second. So you got to look at what it says, bank statements and account numbers. If you do not want to do that, you need to get it paid.
I'm selling my house now. So I'm going to pay it.
Okay.
It went on. I had somebody in my house within an hour. So, and I respect you.
Thank you. Okay, so what's the next date? We have 60 days out.
Court's available July 17th at 1:30.
You'll be finished with your house sale by then and ready to pay?
I got I'm accepting a lady cane that's really sweet, that I'm selling it to her. I gave her 2,000 off just because.
Okay.
She could get it.
So we will continue the subpoena until July 17th at 1:30. The court will send the notice. And I'm telling you now, so don't tell me you didn't know.
I know.
All right, because we're talking about it, right? So I'm gonna tell Mr. Brewer, if he pays you before July 17th at 1:30, you need to call my assistant and let her know that you want to cancel the creditor's exam and you need to file a satisfaction of judgment. That is a form that says the judgment was satisfied.
Yes.
Okay, you got it? And that way he'll be done with you and you all can go your separate ways.
All right. So this judge has been in Southfield, Michigan since 2002. So she's been judged 24 years, and it shows. I love the way her demeanor is, and she knows how to speak to people. She can get quiet when she needs to. She can get loud when she needs to, and she just doesn't take anything from anyone. We're going to go to a couple of old videos. Old videos. I just wanted to throw a couple of them out there because it's Friday and we didn't get to show anything new from Judge Fleischer this week. So we're going to show something old from Judge Fleischer. So here we go. This one is from, I'll just guess the date. This one's from sometime this year or last year. There you go, Linus. He's got your suit jacket on for you.
Ms. Pope, you're charged with assault, bodily injury. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am. Okay.
On May 11, 2024, officers were dispatched in response to a family disturbance. Complainant described that the defendant was hitting her with a brittle wooden stick approximately 15 to 20 times all over her body, causing her pain. The wooden stick was approximately 7 to 8 inches in length, and the complainant stated that she broke the wooden stick while hitting her and felt the most pain when hit in the face with the wooden stick. The complaining witness wishes to pursue charges.
So who is the complaining witness in relation to Ms. Pope?
Your Honor, I read the DIMS. It didn't say. The officers did respond in response to a family disturbance, but I don't see the relation. And the complaining witness's voicemail is not set up, so we haven't been able to.
So who is Ms. Nicole Knitz to you? Is that an acquaintance?
That is my 43-year-old cousin that had been raising hell for 8 hours in front of my aunt's house. And I had enough. I'm sorry. I gave.
Don't say anything about the case. Is it possible to keep you guys separated? I mean, who?
Sure. Yes, sir. For
Where
Pete's
does this
sake.
person live in relation to where you live?
Well, I used to live there with my elderly mother's youngest sister.
So that's your mother's sister?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I used to live there, and then she had a fallout with her, the father of her child. At 2 o'clock in the morning, she demanded that I have to leave my place where I've lived for a year, worked hard. My place of residence with my mother's youngest sister for nearly a year at 2 o'clock in the morning. And
The only thing I would like, it's okay, Ms. Pope. The only thing that I would like is for you not to have contact with this person. As long as you can do that, you and I will be fine. Okay? Would you like me to appoint you a lawyer today?
sir,
Okay.
I'll
The
let
only,
appreciate that.
I will appoint you a lawyer today. The only other thing I'm going to ask you is please show up to court. When you show up, good things happen. I'm telling you that because we have 2 times that you've missed court today or since then. All I'm asking you to do is show up. I will give you a lawyer today. Explain your side to the lawyer. and then they can work out with the DAs, and I'm sure that we'll be able to work something out. Okay?
Okay, Your Honor, I would like to say one thing. I don't want to offend anybody. The day that I had court, that's when it was flooding a few Fridays ago. The schools were closed. My elderly mother came with me. The courts were closed. 2 days later, she had a seizure, scared me to death. So I'm sorry.
It's okay. Nothing's happening to you today. We're not taking you into custody. We're not doing anything to you. I'm letting you know, I want you to show up from now on. That's it. That's it. But I will give you a lawyer so you can always explain your side to the lawyer. And if there are any issues, you can always relay that to the lawyer and he can come and talk to me, or she can talk to me as well. Okay? So for now, I'm going to have you go to Victoria, sign a reset. We will have you just take your seat in the jury box while we find you a lawyer. We'll have you talk to this person, and then we'll figure out where we go from here. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please.
Wells.
Can you create no contact and no weapons, please? Is the felony case that she has associated to this as well? Is it just a completely different matter or what?
Yes, sir. I took this 4 days later. It looks like the felony is at night out.
Just starts breaking stuff or what? That's a lot of stuff at an IHOP for $2,500.
That's the employee of the IHOP. They don't know why or what she wrote the evidence. She wrote something to the IHOP.
Oh, who knew IHOP had something that expensive?
All right. By the girl. By the most expensive asset there.
Okay. Matt. Okay. And what is your name, sir?
Clay Williams.
Williams?
Williams, W-E-L.
Got it. All right. Good morning, Mr. Wells. Sir, you're charged with possession of marijuana. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you, sir. Okay.
On June 20th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a suspicious person call at a gas station, which is a known drug trafficking location. Officers observed the defendant loitering at that location, and officers left the location and returned 30 minutes later, and defendant and his vehicle were still there. Officers made contact with the defendant and smelled odor of marijuana. A probable cause search was completed and recovered a clear bag with green leafy substance in the center console, along with 13 individual bundles. The weight of the bag was 0.55 ounces.
All right. Mr. Wells, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with your case.
So what, sir? Probable cause to what though? They say they walked up on the suspicious cop. I wasn't suspicious. I wasn't loitering. I was there at the store. The store dude told them I wasn't loitering at all.
You need a lawyer to help you out with this, and then the lawyer will tell you. But as it stands, an officer can always just come up and start.
Just and walk up on you. No. All right. Yes, sir.
You know, you go to California, you go to Colorado, hey.
So the probable cause is just walk up on me and just say, hey, I smell weed. That's cool. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You don't live in Colorado. You don't live in California, man. Or I don't know, where's the other one? Is it California?
Washington
Right?
State, California.
In
I got
Texas?
PTSD, so at the end of the day.
Please, Mr. Wells. All right. What do you do for a living, sir?
Diesel mechanic.
Okay, we're gonna reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. I'm gonna have you go to Victoria. I'm not putting any conditions on your bond, Mr. Wells, but understand this. If you pick up a new case, it's not gonna go well. You understand, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right, I will have you go to Victoria, sign a reset, and we'll get you out of here, sir.
All right, why don't y'all do me a favor and just lock me back up so my mom can go home? I know my mother very well. I see the complete exhaustion in her face, and I'll be damned if she's gonna go back to the hospital with a seizure or a stroke. So do what you have to do so she can go home. How many hours have we been here, Mother, since 8 o'clock this morning? No, I refuse. Do what you have to do. If I have to go to see her, go back to jail. She is not gonna. She wanted to be here and support me.
Sam, come up.
She should have to suffer, Your Honor.
Come up. Come up. She's doing better than you're
No,
doing.
she's not. I know my mother. Look at, she is fucking beyond exhausted. I am not gonna have it. I am not, and I am kicking myself in the ass for whipping my 43-year-old cousin with a switch. I don't care no more. I don't care no more. She lied on me. She got a few pops. And this thing about hitting her in the face to the stick broke, you're kidding me right now. You are kidding me.
She's
I'm a good
doing,
person.
she's doing, she's great.
No,
Look at her.
she's not. When she had a seizure and started biting her tongue and fucking seizing out and shit, and had to go to the doctor. She's had 2 strokes and 3 seizures in 1 month. I know my mama. She's been there for me. I appreciate everything. I'll be damned if I sit over there and watch her just dozing and feeling like this. No, because of my shit. So do what you have to do.
She's fine.
Do what you have to do.
Do we have the lawyer coming? Okay. Would you like to sit in this chair, Mrs. Pope? I have this black chair there that's more comfortable. Would you like to sit there? Tracy, do you mind taking your stuff off? You can sit right there and wait. They should be here any moment. Look, it's nice and soft. It's not a problem. Really. Ricardo, did you get appointed for this
I gotta
case?
be able to drive back to Katie and drive her home back to Katie. No, I'm exhausted. She's exhausted. This is ridiculous. Well, shit, everybody just stare at me because I'm in fucking pain. I don't feel good. I'm concerned about my mom. Stop staring at me. Okay, I have anxiety disorder. I have PTSD because I had the fuck beat out of me by my father. And if you don't believe me, ask my father. No.
Come on, get up.
The lawyer, ma'am, your lawyer is here now.
Do what you have to do.
Can I go?
You can talk to her in the back.
Quit pulling me apart. She's pulling me that way. She's pulling. Your Honor.
You're gonna have to see it calm down. You're not gonna act like that.
I don't care. You're not gonna pull me one way and her pull me.
Sam, Sam,
Go ahead and have a seat. Sam. Sam.
She's pulling me one way. She's
Sam.
pulling me that way.
Mom was doing, you were doing great. I don't know. Just, she's no patience.
Sorry about that little black box there. I had to put that there so
This is a
no one knew
ticking
that Judge
time
Fletcher
bomb.
said do not
You know?
record.
I mean,
I'm
really.
gonna go hide that again.
Gosh. Hey, Sam, see if you can diffuse the situation. She was just very upset because it took quite a while, but I mean, that's, when you get an appointed lawyer, sometimes it takes. Mom's here. She's doing great. She's still doing fine. So I think she's just, I don't think she just wanted to wait. She was just getting impatient and throwing a fit. So
I was in ERD and
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna hold her in contempt. I'm not gonna do anything. Just see if you can calm her down and then,
She says she's mad. She's trying to. Okay, I'm gonna talk to her.
have an offer on the case, guys.
We don't, but I just wanted to discuss it with him before.
Yeah, for sure. Should do no drugs, no alcohol now, man.
It's not drug.
It's she's having a panic attack. You know,
Yeah.
The one she showed that she had a panic disorder.
It's not drug.
Right, no, I think you're not, yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. That's.
I'm sure drugs don't help it, but it's not drug.
No, but I think, Logan, you're right. I think that's exactly what it's. Hopefully back there alone for a minute will.
I'm staring.
Tracy, I think that's it. Once you, I mean, we're pretty much done. Guys, I think we're pretty much done. I don't know.
You want me to put you off? Maybe tomorrow. I mean.
Yeah, I mean, let's. If I try to put any conditions on now, she's gonna lose it. She's gonna lose it even more.
Yeah.
You know, now that she has a lawyer, she won't have to wait as much. I think that was the big issue. So Sam's great. He's really good at, you know, right.
Okay.
He's so easygoing that it really, hopefully that easygoingness will kind of.
All right, that's it on that one. Let's see if I can. We'll bring in one more Judge Fleischer one. So, does everyone remember the Subway guy with Judge Fleischer? If you don't remember him, I'll try to find the clip and play tomorrow. He's had a new life event, and he's agreed to come on the show, and we're going to talk about it some. We might not be able to do it tomorrow. We might do it Sunday, but we're going to try to get him back on. He's certainly a lively one. But here's another older one from there, and this one's going to end our show tonight. So after this one, I'm going to go ahead and go out. So thank you guys so much for coming out tonight. This is about a 5-minute clip. 4.5 minute.
Have you ever played Monopoly?
Uh-oh.
You never played Monopoly?
We got it back there.
Huh?
How old are you?
18.
Why did you miss court?
Because I wake up late. I didn't put the timer.
It's not a good thing, Miss Useda.
Huh?
Have you ever played Monopoly? No. You never played Monopoly?
Nope.
Hey, where are you living, under a rock?
No, I haven't played the game. I haven't played the game.
Okay. In the game, you go around the board, and if you roll the wrong dice, you go to jail. However, every once in a while, you can get out of jail free card. This is the only one that you're going to get. I don't care what's going on. If you miss court again, you will go to jail, and I won't let you out again. You will not get any more get out of jail free cards. Do you understand?
I understand.
Okay. I'm sending you for a drug test now. I want to see that you're clean.
I did a drug test.
You're going to do another one.
Okay.
Come back, and then we'll meet with Mr. Slider to figure out what we're going to do, man.
Yes, sir.
If you leave, I'm going to make your bond really high. You will not be getting out.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Slider.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes. Can you bring out one more?
What's her phone number?
I have it.
You, the last name?
Okay, you see.
What's the last name, Victoria?
Page 7. You see that EU.
Oh, that's right. You stated. Okay. So the case is not old.
I just get home in the office and talk to her about it.
The only thing I'm asking you to do is stay in touch with Kavita. She will help you. I'm not going to do this again. You miss court again, you know what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, I know. I understand.
Great. I'm glad that you're clean. That makes me really happy. Just stay out of trouble. Stay in contact. Good things will happen for you. Okay? Okay. Have fun.
So I saw that you.
No. I don't want to talk about anything. No.
Can you please take the video off? I got anything.
Okay, so a funny story about this. She saw my video from that day, and she thought it was Judge Fleischer. She and I had an opportunity to talk probably 4 or 5 times. She ended up being she's a good kid. She passed the drug test. She made a mistake and got herself caught up in the system, but she was able to work herself out of it. She got a deferred sentence, and so assuming that she did everything right, she doesn't have any charges now. But she thought American Courts was Judge Fleischer himself, and Judge Fleischer handled it like a champ and just simply, pushed her off. But when I was able to talk to her, and I asked her, if she wanted me to remove the video, I didn't want to, of course, but and she's an 18-year-old kid, so what are you going to do? And she said no, she was good with it. She was going to come on the show, but her lawyer asked her not to because she would say something stupid, and I completely agree, and that's why I was hoping she'd come on the show, but her lawyer won that one, so she didn't come on. So here we go with the rest of this one.
Literally blowing my phone.
Oh, go. Thank you. Nah.
It did blow up.
The phone? Hey, did you want me to take a video off? Is that what you wanted me to do? Oh no. I don't watch it. I don't. I guess they put it on TikTok. I mean, I don't know. I don't really watch TikTok, so I don't know what happens. But
I think it also, I don't know if she is or she was confused with another person that's Instagram famous. And so people were like, is this blah, blah, blah? Is this blah, blah, blah? And I don't know if she actually is that person.
So a lot of people were saying that she was a social media influencer named Shorty Bay. I don't know who the person is, but she obviously is important, and it helped the video quite a bit. I don't know who Shorty Bay is, but I appreciate all the attention it got this video. But like I said, she ended up being a good kid. Now she was silly enough she went in front of the court and did a TikTok video, did a dance. It was probably one of the silliest dances I've ever seen. And I wish I would have recorded it, because I would love right now to be able to play that. But of course I didn't record it. I just thought about it. I wonder if it's still on TikTok. Yeah, we might have a teaser for tomorrow night. I don't know. Let's finish this up, and it's time to get out of here.